so today we're going to be looking at how to calculate for the mean, the mode, and the median. But when we are given intervals, when we're given intervals, when we're given continuous data, it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to be able to do that. Okay, let me go see if I can find, no, that's fine. All right, I'll make an example up. All right, so when we, gift, it means we are on lesson 6 out of the 6 lessons planned for statistics, which means we're going to do what we have planned next, which is finance. Okay, so after today, we are done with stats. We're going to move on to the next thing. Okay. All right, so let's think about this, guys. They've given us class intervals. They've told us that they're looking at a stopwatch that was used to find the times that it took a group of athletes to run the 100 meters. Okay. Now, over here, they've given us the frequency. The number of athletes that scored between 10 and 15 seconds is 6. Between 15 and 20 seconds is 16, 20 and 25, 21, 25 and 38. Right. Now, they're going to ask us to calculate for the mean and for the mode and for the median. Now, guys, if I had given you a table that looks like this, if we had maybe, let's say, for instance, we were calculating the number of hours, and we're only looking at hours, the number of hours that kids spend doing homework. And then I said 5 hours, and I said 8 hours, and I said 10 hours. And then we find out that 14 kids take 5 hours, 10 kids take 8 hours, and 3 kids take 10 hours a week to do their... A week. I meant a week. Sorry, Narisha. I meant during, like, in a week, not just in a day. Not in a day, in a week. All right. So in this case, if we wanted to calculate for the mean, you guys would just say 5 times 14, which was 70, plus 8 times 10, which is 80, plus 3 times 10, or 10 times 3, which is 30. And then you would add all of these up, and you would divide by the number of students there are. In this case, there were 27 students. So we take that number, which is 200, divided by 27 students. And that would give us the mean. Yes? Thumbs up. Is everybody okay with what I've just explained? Yes? Cool. Now, herein lies the problem. Herein lies the problem. If I tell you that 6 athletes scored between 10 and 15, what are the exact numbers? What are the exact numbers that these athletes actually scored? Was it 10,2 seconds? Was it 11,7 seconds? Was it 13,4 seconds? Because it's anything between 10 and 15. You see, Abu, so it's very vague. We don't know. Oh, it's 180. Sorry, Malo. Hey, guys, listen, it's been a long day. It's been a very long day. I'm gonna be honest. It's a very, very long day. Okay, 180. Sorry. Sorry, Tidimalo. You're absolutely right. It's 180 over 27. By adding the frequency. So 14 plus 10 is 24, plus 3 is 27. Because that's the number of people. Okay, that's the number of people. So the people, the hours times the people divided by the number of people. Okay, if you're a little bit stuck on what we are doing, I need you to go back. I need you to go back to the first few lessons that we did, okay? Because we focus on this quite a bit, on what we're seeing on the screen, okay? So where we calculate for the mean and the median and the mode by using the frequency table. I think it's lesson 2 or lesson 3, all right, where we talk about this. Okay, so now herein lies the problem. In this one, we're not sure where these people lie. And that's why in this particular question, They don't ask us for the mean. They ask us for the estimated mean because we don't have the exact value. We've got an estimate, a plus minus of it because we've got the interval. Thumbs up. Is that making sense to you guys? Are we understanding why they don't just ask for the mean, they ask for the estimated mean? Good. Same with the mode. We're not going to know the exact value of the mode. So instead of saying the mode, what is the mode? They're going to ask us, what is the modal class? So they want to know what the modal interval is. Same with the median. They're going to say, in which class interval does the median lie? They will not ask for a specific value. They want us to give a measure. So from this to that. Okay, but now this poses a problem in that when we calculate for the mean, we need to take the frequency and multiply it by something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give everybody about 3-4 minutes. It doesn't have to be a work of art. I want you guys to replicate this exact table, but we're going to extend. We're going to add a little bit more to this table. All right. What we're going to add to this table is we're going to add 2 more columns. This thing is always so difficult. We're going to add 2 more columns. All right. We're going to add 2 more columns, and one of the columns is going to be the midpoint. The midpoint. And the other one is we're going to use in just a little bit. So I'm going to ask you guys, please draw that and then add in there for us the midpoint, and then I'll tell you what the other thingy is. Yes, that's it, V, correct. We're going to take midpoints times the frequency. And then you can put any emoji you want on the screen when you've drawn the whole table. Oh, guys, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. And I'm at school until around 8 p.m. because, yeah. Okay, Abu, for now, I just want you to draw the table. Just draw the table for me. That's all I need you to do. And then I'm going to explain in detail what it is that we're going to do with these things. Okay, so just draw the table for now, because when you calculate for the mean, you need to know where the information you calculated the mean with comes from. And that's why I need you to draw the table. Okay, 1.5 more minutes. I'll give you guys 1.5 more minutes. Okay, Gift, I'm going to explain. All right, don't stress. I got you. Just wait for a second and we'll get there. All right. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'll explain. Oh, I'm so sorry. And the recording is still on. Okay, so we'll just have to do something about that 1 minute. Hey. Gift, I want to repeat. I want to want to know what happened. I feel like in that few, guys, I was gone for like 20 seconds. What happened in 20 seconds? Haibo. Oh, okay. All right. It's fine. Okay. Wow, Didi Malo. That's shocking, just a little bit. All right. Okay. Can we continue? Everybody, thumbs up. Ow. There was a flying rat. Hey, guys, fill me in at the end of the lesson. All right. Okay, so Gift and Abu, I'm going to try and explain this in a way that's going to make a little bit more sense for you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Remember what ma'am just said about the fact that these 6 people, their times are between 10 and 15. So we're not 100% sure what they are. It could be 10,2, it could be 11,7, the other one could be 12,1. We don't know what those numbers are. Are we in agreement? You too, Didi Malo. Are we in agreement? Yes, thumbs up. We are not sure what the numbers are. Yeah? Okay. So instead of us looking for the range of all the numbers because they haven't given it to us, what we're going to do is we're going to find the median. We're going to find the midpoint of our class interval because that would give us kind of sort of the most accurate value that we could find for that class interval. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to say our lowest value was 10. Our highest value could not have been greater than 15. We are going to look for the median right in, because that would give us plus minus the most accurate value. So to find the midpoint, we're going to take 10 and we're going to add 15 and we're going to divide by 2. Okay, and we're going to use that as the thing that we use to calculate. All right, so 10 plus 15 divided by 2 would give me how much? Are you seeing what we're doing now? So we're taking the interval and we're finding the midpoint because that would be somewhat the most accurate. So Aibo, 17.5, it's 12.5. How? This one is going to be 12.5, and we're going to do the same for the rest of them. We're going to take that one, we're going to go between 15 plus 20 divided by 2, and that will give us 17.5, and we can do that with all of them, right? We can do that with all of them. The next one, 25, will give us 22.5, and to 30, that would give us 26. All right, now when we want to calculate for the mean, where we would usually take the interval times the frequency and find the answer there, we're going to take the frequency times the midpoint of our interval. Thumbs up. Is that making sense? Are we all okay with what ma'am is saying here? Okay, if not, I want you guys to ask a question. I don't want to leave you behind. All right. Yes, because the midpoint is fixed and it would give us basically the median of the range of values between 10 and 15. No, that's not the mean. Okay, that's not the mean. All right, Princess, let me show you something. Remember that example that ma'am just gave about the hours and the number of students? We said this is the hours they do homework a week, and we said the first kids take 5 hours, the kids after that take 8 hours, and the kids after that take 10 hours. Over there we've got 14 kids, here we've got 10 kids, and here we've got 3 kids. Remember ma'am put that example on the screen? Yes? Okay, so if we were calculating for the mean, right, we would do this. We would say 5 times 14 and we would get 70, and 8 times 10 and we would get 80, 10 times 3 and we would get 30. And then we would add all of these up together, and then we would get 180 divided by how many students do we have? Remember, this is the number of students, right? We would say 14 plus 10 plus 13, and that would give us 27. And that's how we would calculate for the mean, right? That's how we would calculate for the mean. Now, the problem is, in this one, we don't have discrete data. We don't just have a 5 or an 8 or a 10. In this graph, we've got a range of values. My values range from 10 to, because 15 isn't included, it ranges from 10 to 14,99. So we don't know which number do we use. Do we use 10? Do we use 14,99? Do we use 13? Do we use 12? We don't know which number to use. So to make sure that we get the most accurate value for that range of numbers, we are going to use the midpoint between 10 and 15. That will give us somewhat the most accurate value in between. Are we seeing it? Thumbs up, grade 10s. Are we understanding what ma'am is saying? Lovely. So now we're going to take that midpoint. We're basically saying the midpoint of this interval is 12,5. Now, if we calculate for the mean, we're going to take 12,5 times 6, and then we're going to find the mean of this one, which we found was 17,5. So 17,5 times 16, and that will give us the value that we're looking for. All right? Yes, and that's what the extra column is for. So over here, we're going to take the midpoint and we're going to multiply it by the frequency. All right, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to take midpoint times frequency. So over here, you're going to say 12,5 times 6, get an answer. Over here, 17,5 times 16, get an answer. Over here, 22,5 times 21, and over there, 27,5 times 28. So I'd like you guys to tally up this part for me, please, and give me answers in the chat where you can. Okay. All right. Abu says the first one is 75. Lovely. Thank you very much. So for the first one, 75. Let's keep going down the line. Now we're going to get 16 times 7,5. 280, lovely, 280. Okay, I know the last one is 220. I know that this one over here is 220. I just need someone to find me that one because I can't do that one in my head. There's a comma 5 there. I'm not going to be able to get the answer I'm looking for. 472, 5. Right, 472, 5. Now, for good measure, we could even add a little bit of a column here at the bottom for the total. Okay, so we're going to find the total of that over here. The same way that we added all of those numbers and we got 180 here, over here we can find the total over here. All right, so let's add all those numbers up and get a total there. I think it should be something like 1047,5. That's it. 1047,5. 1047,5. And now to find the mean, we're going to take this value and we're going to divide it by what? What are we going to divide that value by? Not by 4. How many people did they count up? That's it, princess, by the number of athletes. Now remember, there are 6 athletes plus 16 plus 21 plus 8. Okay, how many athletes is that? 51, correct, Didimalo. So divide that by 51. All right, give me an answer for the mean, please. Remember, it's not a mean. It's not actually the mean. It is the estimated mean. Because we use the midpoint, it's not going to be the exact mean. It's going to be an estimate of the mean. Is everybody understanding what ma'am is saying? Right? That's why they won't just say, calculate the mean. No, it's because we've used the midpoint between 10 and 15, between 15 and 20, they have to ask us for the estimated mean. All right, and the answer there is 20,54 seconds. All right. Okay, then the other two are quite easy. Let's talk about the modal class. What is the modal class? The modal class is always going to be the interval with the highest frequency. So it's going to be a range. They won't just say, what is the mode? We're not going to know because we don't have the values. So when they say the modal class, we're going to go here and we're going to look for the range with the highest frequency. It's that one. So our answer needs to be this whole pocket. So what is the modal class? The modal class is 20 to 25. Okay, because we don't know what the values are in between there. Okay, that's okay, Abu, that's correct. All right, no worries. Okay, and then again, you will note when they ask for the class or when they ask for the median, they ask you in which class interval would the median lie. Now, I want us to learn a new formula. I'm sure many of you are very aware of it, right, for the median. So when we're calculating for the median, right, we can use the formula that says n plus 1 divided by 2. Now, this n over here is the number of the frequency, how many frequency values there are. And we've calculated that there are 51 athletes that have been timed, right? So this n value over here is going to be 51. It's going to be 51. All right. So if I calculate for the median, I'm going to go median equals 51 plus 1 over 2. What is 51 plus 1 divided by 2? Grade 10s? (51 plus 1 divided by 2? Just the same as 52 divided by 2, actually. 26, that's it, 26. But now, this 26 doesn't mean that that's the answer. The answer is not 26. What we're going to look for is we're going to look for the person out of these people who is sitting in the 26th position. Okay, so remember, if we organize all of this data, the first 6 values will be between 10 and 15. The next 16 values would be between 15 and 20. So we're looking for the person whose value is in the 26th position. Didi Malo, where did I lose you? They are kind of slow. 100 meters in 20 seconds is slow. Ah, what did Malo? Yo, come back, my guy. I can't start from the beginning. When we started the question or when we started the whole thing? Because I can't go back to the whole thing. Okay, modal class. All right, Didi Malo, what does mode mean? Let's talk about that. What does mode mean? True, Justin, true. Or let me ask everyone, what is the mode? If they asked you to calculate the mode, what would we be looking for? A number that shows up? How? The most. Correct. Right. Now, if we look at this example that ma'am has on hours and students, right? When we look at hours per week of study and students, the modal hours will be 5. The modal hours will be 5 because 14 of the kids study for 5 hours. So if I were to unpack the data, Didi Malo, it would look like this. It would have 14, my data would start like this. It would go 5, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It would have 14 fives, and then after those 14 fives, there'd be 10 eights, and then after those 10 eights, there would be 3 10s. Now, if you just look at the data, just by looking at it, which number comes up the most? 5, right? 5 comes up the most. Now, let's go to our modal intervals. Let's go to this side and let's look at our modal intervals. Now, because we know that the first 6 values are between 10 and 15, that means when we are looking at this, the first 6 values would be something like 10, 2, and then 10, 4, and then 10, 4 again maybe, and then 10, oh, sorry, let's use a different number because it's all the way up until 15, and then 12, 8, and then 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the next 14, 2, right? And then the next 16 values, I will, guys, okay. Let me just do this. And then the next 16 values would be values in between 15 and 20. Does that make sense? Yes? So the next 16 values would be 15,6, 17,3, 18,5, 19, this, 18, that. There'll be 16 of them, right? Now, if we look at the next one, we know that the values that lie between 20 and 25, there will be 21 of those. So there'll be 21, 20, somethings, 21, somethings. So the numbers between 20 and 25 will be more than the numbers that are between 15 and 20, and that will be more than the numbers that are between 10 and 15, and that will also be more than the numbers that are between 25 and 30. Thumbs up. Is everybody understanding what ma'am is saying there? Are we all good? Lovely. So when they ask us for the modal class, they're asking us for the modal interval. What interval of numbers would show up the most? The numbers between 20 and 25. They would show up the most. That's why that is our modal class. Okay. Make sense? All right, now let's continue. Let's go to the median. Right, so we know we have 51 values, and we know that to split the values in exactly half, so we can think about this as position 1 is the guy who got 10, 2, position 2 is the guy who got 10, 4, so on and so on and so on. When we get to position 25, 26, and 27, remember, and then we're going to keep going all the way up until we get to position 51. In position 51, we will have somebody who is close to 30. So maybe their answer would be, or their time would be 29,3 seconds. All of these people would be listed in a line, but that's a lot of data to put on a line, right? So because we're looking for the person in the middle, which person in the middle is going to split the data into the bottom half and the top half? If there are 51 data values, the 26th person, the person sitting in the 26th position, is going to split my data exactly in half. So there'll be 25 values below this person, and there'll be 25 values above this person. Thumbs up. Is everybody with me? Are we all understanding what ma'am is saying? Right. But 26 is not the answer. 26 is not the answer. The person in the 26th position would have scored maybe between 15 and 20 seconds. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, sorry, guys. All right. So now we need to go and figure out where that person in the 26th position, what their time was. A little bit. I'm getting there and I'm hating it. I don't want it. All right. So if we have to figure out what that time is, right, or who that person is, we know that the first 6 people were there. They were in between 10 and 15, right? Then the next 16 people were in between 15 and 20. Now, if I've counted the first 6 people and the next 16 people, how many people have I counted so far? Yes, correct, Abu. How many people have I counted so far? Good. I've counted 22. So I haven't reached the 26th person yet. Which interval am I going to reach the 26th person in? It's going to be in this interval. The 26th person is sitting in that interval. So when they ask us, which class interval does the median lie? That's our answer. The class interval or the median lies in the class interval 20 to 25. All right. Thumbs up. Is everybody okay with what ma'am has done here with all of this? Okay, beautiful. Can I give you guys an example to try on your own? Hello? Okay, I'm hearing somebody talking. If it's a question, I'm happy for you to unmute and go ahead and ask a question. All right, here's the next example, guys. I want you guys to try this one. And again, because they've given you intervals, you will see that they're not going to say calculate the mean. They're going to say calculate the estimated mean. The modal class, we want a whole interval. And in which class interval does the median lie? Now, in order for us to do this, we are going to have to extend our graph or our table to include two more columns. What is that first column for? The one closest to frequency, what are we going to put in that column? The what? What are we putting in this column, guys? In that one there. Oh, there it is, the midpoint. Lovely. Good. We're going to find the midpoint in this column. And then in the next column, because we're calculating for the mean, we're going to take the midpoint times the frequency. And then we're also going to find a total. We're going to get a total here as well. All right. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes. And then we can continue. Ooh, while I blow my nose, I'm sorry, I'm going to switch off my camera and my. Remember to pop an emoji on the screen, guys, when you're ready. guys? Are we doing okay? I know it just takes a bit of time. Just takes a little bit of time. All right, there we go. I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute. And if you're not done, it's okay. We'll do the question together. All right, peeps, let's have a look at these answers really quickly. It's okay if you didn't get to finish. I know it's a long question, but yeah, let's catch up on what to do here. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for our midpoints for each of our class intervals, right? So we're going to start with that first one. I'm going to get 32.5. And the next one, I'd get 37.5. And in the meantime, because Abu, I know you are a machine, I'm going to ask you to put all the values for the midpoint times F in the chat for me, because I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so if you can pop all the midpoint times frequency values in the chat for me. Anybody who's got them, I know Abu works like an accountant. He's going to get them for me. Then you can do that. Okay, please do that for me. Right, next interval would be 42,5, 47,5. Oh, oh my goodness, guys. Oh no. 47,5. This is not good. 47,5, 52,5, 57,5, and the last one is 62,5. All right. Lovely. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so Princess has got the answers I'm looking for. Midpoint times F. Okay, first one is 390,5. 390,5. The next one is 487,5, 637,5. 487,5 and 637,5. All right, let's look at the next few. Who's got the next few for me? What happens after that? We're going to get 47,5 times 17. Yeah, guys, I know. And I refuse, hey? I refuse. Didimalo says, how is it 390,5? Didimalo, we're going to take 32.5 times 11. Okay, 32.5 times 11. So that next one there is 807,5. Now you're making me worried. Let me go see. Oh, it's 357,5. Hi, guys. Sorry, Didimalo. Yeah, I was trusting the people there in the chat. Oh, it's okay, Princess. It happens. It happens. It's all right. Okay. Let's keep going down the line. 19. Yeah, guys, honestly, I think it's time to call this day. Hey, guys, day in the trash. I'm so tired. The next one is 997,5. Everybody in agreement? This one is 997,5, and then we're going to get 57,5 times 26. 1495, 1495, and the last one is 62.5 times 36, which gives us 2250. 2250, right? And so for us to calculate for the mean, we're going to need to add all of these together and get the total. Who's got a total for me? Oh, yo, nana. Oh no, oh Sanele, I totally get that. But I loved Ice Bedfords when I was in school. They were so fun. All right, guys, give me a total for that column. Woo, well done. Do we have a total for that column, peeps? Oh, guys, I'm leaking. I am leaking. I'm not liking this at all. Okay, 7032,5. 7032,5. Right, so in order for us to calculate for the estimated mean, we're going to take the total of the midpoint times f, which is 7032,5, and we're going to divide by the number of frequencies. So we need to go add all of these numbers up. 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19 plus 26 plus 36. All of those, add them, and then tell us what that answer is. Okay, Abu says he gets 7050. Thank you, V. That's lovely. Good. 997,5 plus 1495 plus 2250 equals. Guys, I don't know about you, but I get 7062,5, not 7032. So this actually for me is 7062. Please have a look again. Make sure you're calculating correctly. 5, and this value over here, the total of this column is 137 divided by 137. Divided by 137. And as an answer for our estimated mean, we get 51,5. All right, anybody else get that? All good? Even if we didn't get that, thumbs up, do we understand how we got there? All right. Lovely. Okay, so we know what the estimated mean is, 51.55. Let's talk about the modal class. Now, remember, the modal class is just going to be the interval with the highest frequency. What is the highest frequency? What is the highest frequency, grade 10s? The highest frequency is? Correct, it's 36. So the interval that we're looking for is between 60 and 65. Correct, so the modal class is 60 to 65. All right, then they want us to know, or they want to know, what is the class interval where the median lies? Now let's talk about that equation again. The median is going to equal n plus 1 divided by 2. Right, so we're going to take 137 plus 1 divided by 2, right? And that's going to give us 137 plus 1 divided by 2. Are we sure this is 137? Are we sure it's not 136? Can we look at the number, the frequency number again? I feel like I might. Let's try that again. 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19 plus 26 plus 36. Okay, no, you are correct. It is 137. It's me. I'm losing my mind. Don't stress about me. All right, so 137 plus 1 divided by 2 would give us 69. Right, but we can tell from what we're looking at that the answer is not 69. What does that 69 represent? The what? That's it, V. Absolutely. It represents the person in this, or the value in the 69th position. So we're going to look for the value in the 69th position. So we're going to go quickly and do a bit of an add, right? We're going to add a little bit. We're going to say the first 11 people, right? The first 11 people scored between 30 and 35, or they lifted between 30 and 35. Then the next 13 people lifted between 35 and 40. 11 and 13 altogether, that gives us 24 people. We are nowhere near 69. We need to keep going. We need to keep going, right? And then we add the next 15 people. That's 39 people. We've counted 39 people. Now we're going to keep going. And then we add 17 people. That's going to give us 56 people. Right, sorry, my OCD is kicking in. 56 people over here, right? And now we want the 69th person. So if I go to the next interval and I add the next 19 members, I'm going to get 66 plus 9 would give us 75, right? 75 people have been counted, and that's past the 69th person. So the median interval would have to be between 50 and 55, because the 69th person would be there. That's where the 69th person would be. All right. Oh, Abu, well done. Okay, so it must be 50 to 55. 50 is to 55. All right, so